Loving yourself is such a hard thing to do for many people, and it's easy to see why. The mass amounts of societal pressure making you not want to be seen as cringe, as the kids say, or the hardness of middle school to high school where all the pressures are turned up to the max because you just want to fit in. With all of that, who can really love and express themselves? Luckily for us, I have an anime about girls from a band who cry. Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, where in it each of the characters have issues loving themselves, but after helping each other out and working on themselves, they learn how to love themselves in their own unique ways. Because, did you know, jellyfish can't swim alone at night and they need others to help guide them, or something. The anime spouts on about this, but after trying my best to do a bit of research, they both can swim at night and alone, so it lied to us. But it's used as more of a metaphor that in a person's darkest hours, it's really hard to escape alone, so they need others to help them out. And so the girls help each other swim at night. So I'ma just cover all the characters and the issues with themselves and how others help them love themselves. So we'll start with May. She was a total fan of Kano while she was an idol, but while she was an idol, Kano really propped her up, though accidentally. May was sad with music and stuff, always having to play without any real desire to do so. And on top of that, she was being bullied for having red hair, so she wasn't chillin' at all. But when she goes to visit an idol and talks to her, the idol says, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool, let me hear your music one day. It'd be so cool to do that." And seeing as someone was actually nice to this poor girl for once, she became a hardcore fan of Kano's instantly, buying all that merch, going to all the events, just being the biggest fan. And because Kano wanted to watch her play piano, she actually had a reason to play, so she became super good, and had a reason to keep on keeping on. Also, she dyed her hair to look just like Kano's, which fixed her red hair problem, and then on top of that, makes it so she's the only one in the band with black hair. For the present time anime itself, though, she doesn't really grow all that much. She mainly only gets to live her dreams by being with her idol like all the time and work on stuff, but otherwise her character is just chill and is actually the only other one in the group that makes any music at all. Like, look at Kiwi and Mahu. She's just moderating chat and she's just drawing stuff. Only 2 members actually do any music. So I think that's hilarious and she is worth it as a character solely because of that. And she learned that she was able to be loved, or at least appreciated, so to love herself more she became the person she loved, or something. That one really isn't the best moral, but we'll ignore that. Next is Kiwi. So her problem is a many. When she was young, she was super cool and awesome. She was like a superhero and was super extremely expressive, but like pop off, she's chilling and living her best life. But as many of you may know, when you enter middle school through high school years, living your best life makes people think you're cringe and weird. So people thought she was cringe and weird, and so she had to become a hikikomori and turn to VTubing. But anyway, she couldn't deal with human interaction. She'd spend all day stuck inside her room, streaming and not leaving because she was too afraid to be bullied and judged, hell, even perceived by others. Like to the point that she yelled at this weird dude for looking at her. But I get it, people are scary, and that's mainly the problem she gotta deal with. So throughout the show, after she's introduced as a main character, she works through her fears and starts hanging out with the crew. She starts off by helping them work on their music video, teaching them how to animate images, but the whole time she's lying to them saying she's going to school. But when Mahiru accidentally finds out the truth, she breaks down, and the whole situation happens. That's not important. But what is important is the resolution. She got closer to everyone because she no longer had to hide a secret from everyone, and they accepted the thought to be cringe aspect of her. I mean, Kano herself doesn't even go to school, so why would they even care? I don't know. But her story was still really good. Watch her gradually become closer to everyone and meeting them in person more and more, and overcoming her social anxiety was such a nice watch. She learned that being cringe is okay, and being with people who are okay with you is the best thing you can do, but worded better and nicer than what I said. For Mahiru, she does art. Her whole problem is her self-consciousness with art. When she was young, she was super good and awesome at art, and she loved painting and stuff. So one day when she was staring at some jellyfish, she drew a pic for her art class and submitted it. She won a contest and got to draw a mural of her art on a big wall. And first off, who let a kid do this? I mean, plot for plot's sake, I guess, but who would give a kid the responsibility to paint a mural on the wall? You gotta be crazy. But back to the mural though, she drew it somehow. And when she brought her friends to show off her work, they laughed at it and called it weird. I mean, who the heck would do that? Why are you making fun of the mural at all? And like, your friend brought you there to see it for a reason. Don't go off mocking it right away. Even if she didn't paint it and thought it was cool, don't go laughing at it right away. But because when she was a child, ridicule hurt really badly, so she immediately scratched her name off the mural so no one knew it was her. And then also immediately swore off art because she was too embarrassed to continue. And this is a running theme prevalent in her character. Every time her art is brought up, she hates it more and more. For example, when an artist did fan art of the character she drew, and everyone thought it's better than hers. Or when she was reading comments on the video calling her work subpar, it would always go back to her hating her art and wishing it was better. But of course she grows through the show. Her love for art gets reignited through Kano, who says she loves her art and wants it in videos. This causes her to relearn how much she loved making art, and because she wasn't making it for her own sake and was believing in the one that believed in her, she was actually thriving. And she eventually uses the comments and the art that was better than hers as fuel to flame her burning desire to create better art. So her growth as a character is really great. And she eventually learned that she wanted to make art for the sake of herself and love the art that she does more. And she quite literally says that right here.
けど、今は絵を描いてる時だけは自分のこと好きになれてきて。
And finally we got Kano. The one who started it all is the final card to fall. Through the anime, we were given some information on her past. She was in some scandal that said she punched someone, so she had to leave her idol troupe. Her mom was the producer of the idol troupe, so when she got kicked out, she lost her troupe and her mom. Her dad seems like a creep, so he counts as added trauma. But despite all that, she seemed really happy and enthusiastic. She spends most of her time as the core of the group, keeping everyone working together and just being the life of the group. And seeing as she's the main singer, this works perfectly. But she never seemed to fall. She would crack here and there, like when everyone wanted to do other things like go to school and work on their channels. She would freak out because she needed everyone to make the music videos. And in those moments she did crack, doing an almost pseudo fall where she ran away for a bit. But with all that pent-up trauma, having a small fall is just the beginning. So when everyone starts loving themselves, she breaks and completely falls, yelling at Mahiru for slightly valid reasons. Then she runs off to be alone because at that point she thinks that once again everyone betrayed her. And after going through that once and losing your family, going through it again with people you consider to be family is a real et tu brute moment. But the trigger for her fall was Kano's mom, who is the devil. No, seriously, she goes around whispering actual temptations into the ears of unsuspecting victims to manipulate them to get them to do what she wants. Like, that's just the devil. First off, she was full-heartedly trying to live through her daughter, making her center stage for a popular idol group, where her goal for her daughter was to fill up Tokyo Stadium with fans, which totally isn't a goal she had that she never got to live out. Like, she was manipulating her daughter the entire time, whispering how amazing she was doing and how proud she was of her into her ear, making her crave the affection so much that she became a better idol. And the worst thing that she did was breaking up the awesome relationship between Mahiru and Kano. Like, she tempted Mahiru with a chance to do a big art event for the idol group Kano got kicked from. She was so manipulative. Like, I think this art is cute. And of course that was the one thing Mahiru was thinking about, and how she's really practicing the fundamentals of art. And Mahiru's art is getting so much better. She definitely appreciates Mahiru's work so much and just wants it to be as good as it can be. So why not work on the project? It'd be so fun. But oh no, you'd have to work during the time you'd be working on your project with your friends. Oh well, you want to be better at art, right? Do this project instead. Like, wow, she's just crazy. I don't know how she knew that Mahiru was going to be working on the project with her friends, or how she knew that Mahiru was only thinking about how skilled the art was. But I know she knew. I'm not crazy. She knew, I swear. But of course, because Mahiru abandoned Kano to work with her mom, the person who manipulated and abandoned her, of course Kano would act in such a way. Who wouldn't? But her mom knew all of that would happen, so she's just evil. From what Kano learned, at least from what came out so far, is that she doesn't have to sing for her mom's sake, but her own sake or her friends, which is just really what she needed. And I briefly mentioned the awesome relationship of Mahiru and Kano, so I can happily say yes, this is a Yuri. Well, kind of, it's really just Yuri bait. No, I don't know for sure because it's an anime original. The light novel did release first, but the manga and the anime are coming out at the same time, so yeah. But like, come on, they're on a beach together having such a platonic time. When Kano was sad and crying, all she could think about were the memories of Mahiru in a totally straight way in this super well put together montage. And they have a totally not gay kiss during a festival, so yeah, probably Yuri. But zero way to tell for sure till something actually happens, but Yuri will one day rule the world and I'm all here for it. But yeah, all of them have pretty big issues that need to be dealt with. Alone, they're left in the dark, unable to move at all, like jellyfish who can't swim in the night. But thanks to the help of others, they're able to leave the darkness that surrounds them. And this anime is just an amazing portrayal of how reaching out for help or even just accepting it can really help you grow to love yourself. But I just really like this anime and I thought the message was really sweet, so I made a video about it. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can subscribe if you want. But anyways, I'm Ayanele, and bye-bye.